My name is Liza, and I am an e-textile practitioner and educator. So wearable tech is in my opinion, it's a big term because wearable tech can basically mean anything that is technology that's worn on your body. Like in some ways you could even claim your phone as wearable tech, but usually people think of things like fitness trackers that you wear on your wrists or Apple Watches, right? But there's also this whole other side of wearable tech that involves what you could call soft circuits or electronic textiles. And this is where you take these new smart materials and you embed them with electronics into fabrics to create garments or other objects and accessories that you can actually wear. So I got involved in the wearable tech field because I was in a graduate program at Parsons called Design and Technology, and I went there with absolutely no background in technology. And I had to take a bunch of coding classes, and my second semester I took a physical computing class, which is basically where you program electronics, small computers, and a soft circuits class where you work with conductive fabric and conductive thread to build your own sensors and circuits. And all of a sudden it clicked for me that I could actually take this practice that I had around sewing and craft and combine it with technology, which blew my mind and opened this new world to me of what was possible. At the same time, there was a whole other community all around the world that was also doing this. And so I researched around, saw what these folks were doing, got in touch with them, looked up their work, and eventually, started making work with them. And it's been an incredible community to be a part of. So I think the first thing that makes it different for me is the physicality of it. So usually when you're programming on the screen for a screen, it's something that's a little bit more abstract and you can't really touch it. With this field, you're talking about programming things that live on textiles, or because they live on the body, you have to be aware of what that feels like. And you're also working with electronics that's also physical. So I think that changes the way that you can approach coding with it. The thing that's exciting about this field is that it is still emerging and it is still relatively new. And people don't really know what the entire field is going to look like. So there's a lot of opportunities. There's a ton of experimentation that's going on right now. And there are a lot of issues being brought up as a result of this because, when you put something on your body that has to do with data and technology, you start to think about privacy. When you're working with materials that are textiles and waste, like electronics that creates e-waste, you start to think about sustainability. So there are so many really fascinating questions that are happening right now along this field. So learning to code, I think the most surprising thing to me was how much I liked it, first of all. It was magical. When you program your first LED to light up, your entire world changes because you just made that thing blink. You did that. And then all of a sudden you start to think about other ways that you can make things in the world interact with you in a different way. It was definitely a struggle at first learning to code, which is fine. And it was interesting and surprising to me also how much I had to sort of deprogram myself from the idea that I couldn't be good at this. And once I overcame that, or I'm still overcoming it because that's what happens, it really just changed the way that I thought about what I could do and how I could create. I am most excited to introduce these girls to a whole new set of tools. Because when you think about if you're an artist or a programmer or a mathematician, whatever you are interested in, you have a set of tools that you use to help you realize things and put them out, realize ideas and put them out into the world. So I think when you have a whole new set of tools, it generates a whole new way of thinking about the world. And so I'm just really excited to see what they design and the stories that come out of those designs and the way that they use those tools. So here's the advice that I would give to girls who are looking to merge their creative endeavors, artistic expression with technology. My top 10 list. Ready? Number 1. Break things to see how they work. Do not be afraid to take things apart. Just open it up, see where the wires go, tinker with it, break it. Number 2, harness your curiosity. Don't ever be afraid to ask a question. There is no stupid question. I know it sounds trite, but always ask. You'll be surprised what you learn. Number 3, embrace failure and learn from it. Failure is totally fine. Just iterate on it, right? Do it again, see what works better. Number 4, experiment with simple and complex ideas. You might be surprised by what you find. Number 5, be patient. Learning these skills takes time, and that's okay. Number 6, find a community who shares your interests. You can learn from them, they can learn from you, and you can support each other. Number 7, don't listen to haters and trolls. You are the one who determines the type of feedback that you get around your ideas and your projects. And following from that, number 8, own your voice. Your voice is incredible, and so are your ideas. Number 9, it does not have to be complex to be awesome. The simplest circuit involving just a button and an LED can be incredible in the right context. And finally, number 10, have so much fun with it. This is fun. Just go crazy, go wild, be fantastic. You can learn more about wearable tech and fashion